Good afternoon. I'm back. Are you sick of me yet? Are you sick of me yet? So let me get into my intro and then we have to get into this. We have to get into this.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
So I am finally back. Ooh. Okay, so we got to get into today's live. Yesterday I was actually going to do a live, but wait. Yeah. Did I do a live yesterday? No, I did do a live. I'm like, dang. Whoa, oh, no, I wanted to do it last night, but I ended up going on a date last night. So I was like, I think I did it earlier. So that's why that live was kind of weird. It was kind of like the midday and yeah. So, but I wanted to talk about that and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it later. And then I wanted to do this live on Friday. So hopefully you understand. But if you miss the live that I did yesterday, it's available about the Ruby Rose situation. Of course, girls were taking the clip that I played in that video about there are Cassies online teaching you to get a ditty. There were plenty of women that wanted to be ultra sensitive about what was said in that video. And honestly, I personally think it's common sense, but we're talking about when that was said in the video, it was strictly about the lifestyle. It was not about what happened to her. It wasn't about how she was victimized. It was simply about the lifestyle, how there are women online that are teaching you to be a Cassie, to get a P. Diddy for the lifestyle. That's it. All the other stuff in between, that we were not really speaking on that. It was just a metaphor. Okay, now you can have your opinion and say it was a poor metaphor, but please, like, I did a whole live stream, about 2 live streams regarding Cassie and her situation. I went in depth about it. I went in depth about how she was young. She was a teenager. So y'all can miss me with that. Y'all just love being offended. Like, girl, I just don't understand that. Like, I'm like, come on, y'all know exactly what this man is referring to. He was not talking about what happened to her as if she had some type of control over the things that she was going through. But as far as women online teaching you to get a P. Diddy, that part is real. It's just a metaphor. So I don't know. It's the reason why the comments are annoying is because women want to live in a fantasy world. They don't want to live in reality. They want to live through other women online, thinking that they can live their lifestyle in that way. And then when they actually get out here and they see real life is real life, and then there's social media, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be like that. But it is like that because that's life. Everything is not an Instagram filter. Everything is not a TikTok video where it's edited, it's chopped down, and you get to hear either the worst part of the story or the best part of the story. But what about all the in-between stuff that the women or people online don't tend to focus on? There's a lot of in-between stuff. Just like in the movies, it's not real either because there's a lot of in-between stuff. There's the middle. It's like the little things. It's almost like when you read a book and then you watch a movie. They're not the same. The book is more detailed and they tend to focus on the little things within those stories, but the movie, not so much, which is why most people will say, actually, I enjoyed the book more than I enjoyed the movie because the book went into greater detail versus the movie did not. That is social media. Okay. That is social media. And I just need people to understand that. Like, you're getting the best version of the story or you're getting the worst version of the story, but what about all the in-between stuff? What about the other person's side of the story? What about their inner thoughts? You're not getting any of that. You're just getting a one-sided version of that story. So always keep that in mind when it comes to social media. And the metaphor, I felt like it was a good metaphor because there are women online that are promoting Cassie's lifestyle. Hi, Dennis. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. But I just need girls to be less extreme, you know, like just less, like if I say something, please take it with balance. Be sensible about it. Don't jump from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0. I mean, because then I feel like I have to explain everything in great detail just so people don't take what I'm saying out of context. And that simple thing was taken completely out of context. And now the comments are now all about Cassie being a victim. And it's crazy because I did a video about Cassie being a victim when there were other people online that were making it seem like she had a choice in the situation. And I just didn't see that. I didn't read that, you know? So I don't know. I'm learning that common sense is not so common. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning that common sense is not so common. And it's just, I guess I got to explain the little details for people to not take things that I say out of context. So that's where we are. But in this video, I wanted to talk about the Johnthan Majors situation because that situation, y'all, I couldn't believe this. I was like, is he for real? Where's it at? This was not on my 2023 bingo card. So Johnthan Majors is out here. Well, he was out here, you know, trying to find his Correta Scott King in a white woman. Preferably a white woman with blonde hair. She got blue eyes. I can't really see her eye color, but you get my point. Yeah. So this was one of the wildest headlines. So the Shade Room posted allegedly that John Majors' ex-girlfriend plays recording in court where the actor allegedly demanded her to behave like Correta Scott King or Michelle Obama. Now, I think, like, okay, I see these women as inspirational, but sir, okay, you didn't think to start with a black woman? I don't understand that. He didn't think to start with a black woman first? I don't get it. Yeah, I really want to hear this recording. You think they're going to release it to the public? Because I'm nosy. I want to know what was said. I want to know how it was said. I want to feel the emotion. I want to hear the emotion in his voice when he told this woman to behave in that way. Okay, because I just want to know, what was that about? And then what did he say in court? How did he respond? Oh, wait. And you know what's crazy about this situation? It's believable, girl. Oh, girl, it's believable. Who don't believe this mess? I believe it. And you know what's crazy about this situation? You know, the men's, they quiet about this situation. They quiet about this situation. I'm going to get into why they really quiet about this situation, but they quiet about this situation. Because remember when the men were talking about, oh, you black women, y'all need to apologize. Hey, y'all was out here accusing an innocent black man. Oh, let me give you the update on that situation. I'm going to give you the update here in just a sec. But Johnthan, sir, telling a white woman to be a Correta Scott King is so insane. They got to lock that ninja up ASAP. Oh, God.
This is a sick Negro. This is a sick Negro. This is a sick Negro.
Oh, my God. Johnthan Majors wanted his ex-wife to be like this. Girl, this is a mess.
The mother of Mecca is right here before me. Do my eyes not deceive me, or am I looking at the goddess Isis herself? Can you do me a favor, my brown skin angel? Can you tap that white girl for me?
Oh, this is
My milk of magnesia. Oh, after the devil made you, he broke the mold. Well, maybe you and the mother.
y'all. Black Twitter be having me in tears. Okay, Black X, Black Twitter, whatever. Listen, y'all be having me in tears. Okay, because girl, that's a mess. And then somebody else said the fact that I'm 100% certain Jonathan Majors was dressed like a shark cropper. We demanded this white woman to be more like Michelle Correta Scott. Makes it so much funnier because you listen. This, I'm just like, wow. That's a mess. So this woman is saying that according to all of this, he was lecturing his current girlfriend, which is his ex-girlfriend at the time, that she should care for him as Michelle Obama and Correta Scott King, the wife of, Dr. Martin Luther King and, Barack Obama. So he goes and he says, I'm a great man. I am doing great things, Mr. Major said, adding, the woman that supports me, the one I support, needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices. Girl, he sat up there and told this woman that. Do you not understand this woman was born with white privilege? She ain't about to sacrifice a damn thing. Are you out of your mind? And see, this is why when I be seeing these brothers out here dating out their race, they getting their passports, bye. It's great to see you leave. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, please stay. Telling this white woman that was born with white privilege to sacrifice what exactly? How do you want her to, what is she supposed to sacrifice? She don't know nothing about that shit. She was born into a certain lifestyle as well. She has white privilege. You're telling this woman to sacrifice in a way that a black woman is supposed, like a black woman would sacrifice. A black woman don't got no choice but to sacrifice in the way that she sacrificed because she was born black. That's crazy. Woo. So we're going to come back to this because I got to give you an update. So then you have women like this woman right here talking about a woman explains why successful black men go outside of their race for a wife, right? Let's get into this.
Unfortunately, a lot of times when black men do very well for themselves, they don't appreciate the black woman as much. But then they get a white girl, and all of a sudden they now faithful. They in the mall.
Well, I hate to say it, but it's probably because the white woman is probably doing more.
Shit, I want my over here. I want to be this for you.
My name Ben.
Every opinion of each person on this show, their own opinion, and not that of a little appropriate in podcast.
I've heard this for personal opinions, though.
Express yourself.
Go ahead, please.
I've heard a lot of people like have an issue with women of black culture because like they don't. I'm sorry, babe. Like, why is that though?
Unfortunately.
So first and foremost, let's make one thing clear. She's only repeating what black men have told her. She's not getting this information from her own personal experience with black women. She's not going to black women and sitting down with them, having conversations woman to woman like, hey, sis, let me learn more about your plight. Let me be an ally for you since we are both women. She's sleeping with these men. They're pillow talking about us, ladies. Imagine being in a relationship with a non-black woman and you're sitting up here pillow talking about a black woman and black women in general. So she was sitting up here sleeping with these men, listening to them vent about us, not understanding that she was being used in multiple ways for sex and a therapy session. And now she feels like she can speak as if she has experienced our plight as Black women, and she feels entitled to speak on Black women as if she can correct us on anything. It's insane. It is insane. But then the interesting thing about Johnthan Majors, he's out here telling her, you need to sacrifice like a Black woman. So basically what I'm getting from all of this is that Black men want you to be self-serving. That's it. As long as you are serving them, that's all that matters. That's what I'm getting from all of this. That is all I'm getting for all of this. And then it goes back into what Johnthan Majors was requesting. He was requesting a white woman to sacrifice like a Black woman, but a Black woman is forced to sacrifice. It's never really a choice for us to sacrifice. We've been left with no choice but to sacrifice. So this white woman, she doesn't have to do that. She has more choices than what we have because she has the privilege that we do not have. So you're requiring something of her that will never make sense in her mind, in her world, because her plight is different from us. It's just a mess. And so once again, this woman can sit up on a podcast just because she took some Black D. Let's just be real about it. She took some Black D, and now she feels like she can speak on us and our issues and the things that we go through. And it's crazy. Like we're not treated in a way to where we can really be soft all the time. I mean, how can you request a woman to sacrifice and somehow she's supposed to be soft? How does a Black man even have that in his mind to request that of a woman at all? How is she supposed to be soft if she's focused on sacrificing? So if the standard for Black women is to sacrifice, how are we supposed to be soft? How is that standard imposed on us by outsiders who don't even have to understand the things that we go through and how we're supposed to sacrifice? Like, that's why, like, when these people be having these conversations, I really be tuning them out, because you don't know what it's like to be in a Black woman's shoes. Like, you don't know what it's like to walk in our path. You have no idea. You're going off of what another man has told you because you took some D, and now you think that you can advocate for Black women and you can speak on us, and it just doesn't even make sense. It don't make sense at all. And then as soon as you get pregnant, though, who do you start sounding like? Who do you run to get advice? Who do the preferences run to when they get impregnated by these men, and then they get the Black male special? Who do they be running to get advice? Who do they be sounding like after they got that special treatment? Who? Do they be sounding soft, and do they be sounding like, oh, hell no? Okay, they got the same attitude that we got, because one thing that we have in common is that we're women. Okay, and we all have our breaking points. And I'm telling you, when you are dealing with a Black man, he will, not all of them, I won't say all of them, but a lot of them, they will bring you to your knees. They will bring you to your breaking point. And it involved you literally sacrificing everything. And there's no space for you to truly be soft and feminine with them. Like, it's very rare. Okay. So I don't know. I was kind of irritated by this woman in her comments, because I'm just like, the only reason why she's even speaking as if she knows anything is because she had sex with a few Black men and now she thinks she knows it all.
Girl, and all the
Sorry, like, I'm not talking about you. But I've heard this personally, like, they don't cater to their men. They give them attitude and they be like standing up to their men, and they act like men. So, yeah, they're gonna go to the other woman and value them more.
The more feminine one.
Yeah, the more feminine. The Latino, the white, I'm sorry, but like, we're gonna always just treat them.
So you trying to tell me the Latinos not cutting in?
Well, I
But she's saying that, but they're being cute when they do it. They're being feminine.
Well, yeah, definitely. You know, I will say Ron was knowing and was having some food on the table immediately after it was waking. No, they
so fuck their man.
Yeah, somebody go ahead, tell me.
yeah, man.
Go ahead, go ahead.
But that don't mean
No, not every black woman is the same.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not categorized.
I have a friend.
Sorry, like I'm not talking about you. But I've heard this personally.
This is why when they be finding themselves in situations with these men, I mind my damn business. Don't ask me for shit. Do not ask me for advice. You got yourself in that situation. You need to find yourself out of that situation, or you need to deal with the situation on your own. Since you know it all, continue to know it all. Okay? Because it's just so interesting to me how these women can speak so boldly on an experience that they don't have an experience on. They don't even have. It's just crazy to me. But how much you want to bet it's going to lead to her becoming a baby mama, and then she's going to quickly find out why we are the way that we are. It's only a matter of time.
But all her friends are black. But then sometimes when we've had conversations, she's always talking negatively of them when it comes to that particular subject matter. She's like, I don't know why they're like that.
I say the same thing all the time. I say that all the time. Some of these women, they want to act like men. Yeah, I said, fuck him, girl. Like, da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, what? He just wanted some pussy. He just wanted some head. Like, he just wanted you to cook for him. And you saying, fuck this mother? For what? Because he wanted you to be a woman to? Like... Or like to just even like massage or cater to your man. That's what you're there for. Like,
Are you his first white girl?
yes.
Oh, that. Let's unpack that.
Right, y'all back then.
Look, we gotta unpack that.
Because back to make more sense.
Yeah.
What's your back for? Those of them making more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, if you saw all this,
But like, I didn't even know I was doing something special till I heard it from somebody. I was like, oh, I thought.
I have a friend, but all her friends are black.
You know who come to mind? Samantha, Tyrese's ex-wife. You know, the man that put the sex toy, the vibrator, down his garbage disposal and messed up his garbage disposal. That's the controlling man that had an issue with his current girlfriend masturbating in his house because they had got into an argument. And so I guess she wasn't trying to give him none. And so he found her toy and put it down the garbage disposal. I mean, there are so many examples. So for women to still be out here speaking like this, it's actually insane to me. Like, it's just insane to me. But okay. I mean, she has every right to feel how she feels. But listen, if you get impregnated by one of these men and they don't treat you the way that you think, you marry one of these men, you find yourself in a situation like Samantha did. Listen, do not come at us asking for advice. Deal with your shit on your own, like a grown woman. Just like you're giving us advice right now as black women that we need to do X, Y, and Z. You need to handle your shit when the shit flips around and it turns around on you, because that's how it works. Tables always turn. That's why I don't be trying to speak too loud about situations that I have not experienced.
And I want Nicole, don't hit me. But I'm supporting this. This is not an attack on black women. Dating a black woman has tended to be a song and dance of trying to prove to her that you are something. You deserve it. Our black woman, the experience of song and dance is proving to her that you are not.
Women acted like this.
And I want Nicole, don't.
Can I say one thing about black women though? Black women have the best bodies, some of the most beautiful faces. If they just sometimes were a little more soft,
Okay.
they would be the winning race, yo. Like,
Why? So why do they not so?
I honestly, I'm personally not black, so I have no idea. But they have the best bodies and like the best faces, honestly, in my opinion. Like, yo,
Black women
are winning.
I'm not black. See, this is what I be talking about. That's enough airtime for her. Okay, we just gave her 5 minutes. It's up. Okay, she not making no sense. She not making no sense at all. At all. And you know what? One thing that I will say, she did validate how a lot of these women just be imitating us in the weirdest ways, y'all, in the weirdest freaking ways. So thank you for validating, because a lot of times we are gaslit as if they don't. But we know that you do. Thank you for that. We've been knowing. Okay, so let me give you an update on the Johnthan Majors situation, because that is a mess. And I tried to find the full podcast, but I couldn't find the full podcast episode. I don't know why, but I just could not find it. Oh, shoot. Trying to go back. Okay, so let me give you an update on the Johnthan Majors situation. So as of today, as of recently, because the trial is still going on right now. So in court, Johnthan Majors seemingly admits to physical violence in a text message to his ex, Grace. Okay, and this was entered into evidence. So it states here that I fear you have no perspective of what would happen. What happened if you go to the hospital? Majors text his ex in September of 2022. They will ask you questions as, I don't think you actually protect us. It could lead to investigation if you do lie and they suspect something. So remember how, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because remember how all of these men were saying that he was innocent and that Black women need to apologize and things like that. It's coming out in court as of right now, today, that this man actually, in fact, may be guilty, because he was texting her in a way to protect himself, and then tried to spin it as if he was encouraging her to lie in a way that would protect the both of them. So then it also states here that, and this is allegedly, it also states here that she replied in court, or the text reply in court, it states that I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep. I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it was clear I want to be with you? And then he texts her back saying, I will probably unalive myself. It's not really contemplating anymore. He added, I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm unaliving myself soon. And so it's stating here that these text messages were related in an incident that occurred in London in 2022. And this was provided by his ex, and it was provided with medical records as well. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know how this situation is going to turn out. I think Megan, good girl. I think you need to get out of this situation, sis. Because, like, what? I don't understand why she would involve herself in this situation at all. I feel like it's a bad look. I don't feel like their relationship is real. I feel like their relationship is a PR stunt as well. So it's just to make him look better. It's to make him win over the support of Black people, Black women, particularly, to, you know, ride with him. But it's really looking like she is, I don't know why she would sign up for something like this, because it can really like backfire on her. It can backfire on her image. It can mess up her career and everything. So I don't know why Megan would even sign up for something like this, because I know the relationship is not real, y'all. Come on. This relationship is not real. But did she check to see, you know, if he was truly innocent before she got involved in some stuff like this to try to help this Black man out, similar to Jeezy and the Nia situation? I don't understand why she would even involve herself in this, because now Jeannie is saying that, you know, Jeezy cheated on her. This is why Black women stay out of it. Like, if these Black men go out here and they get into these relationships with these non-Black women and it don't go the way that, you know, they thought it was going to go, we don't need to get involved in that. They need to handle that on their own. They need to seek community and support from the men in their community, you know. like other Black men. Like, why are we getting ourselves involved in situations that have nothing to do with us at all? I don't understand that. So Nia Long, I don't know why she did that interview with Jeezy. And then Megan Good, I don't know why she would involve herself in this situation. And now it's coming out as of today that it's looking, based off of these text messages, that he is in fact guilty, allegedly. So I don't know. That's a mess. That is a mess. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Zeus Network, y'all. I don't watch the stuff that's on there because I really be feeling like it just sets Black people back as a whole. It really sets Black women back as a whole. I don't know why we support content like this because it's a choice. So when it comes to this, situation with the Zeus Network, social media reacts to the dark skin versus light skin show presented by Nick Cannon in collaboration with the Zeus Network, and they decided to do, I guess, some type of episode or some type of show where it mimics Wildin' Out, and so it's bad versus wild, I guess, is what they were going for, and this is supposed to happen in Las Vegas. And it was dark skin versus light skin. This was the original poster. This is what they decided to release to the public, the Black community, and Black viewers. In 2023, this is what they decided to release. This is why I don't support the Zeus Network at all. I don't support any of their content on there because it just sets Black people back. It doesn't set us up. Why are we always entertained by the ignorant shit? I just don't understand. Why are we always entertained by the dysfunctional shit, the drama, the shit that sets us back and not set us up to set us forward? I just don't understand that. That's why if you're a Black woman, you're truly trying to level up, I'm gonna tell you to distance yourself from the nigga shit. I just got to be honest with you. Like, it's the nigga shit that you got to separate yourself from. Don't separate yourself from Negroes because there's a difference. You got the Negroes that are Black excellence, and then you got the niggas. You got to separate yourself from the niggas, because if you do not separate yourself from the niggas and you want to hang out around that crowd, you're not going to get far, because this type of content, it keeps you stuck and stagnant. It just keeps you stuck. Low vibrational. I love my Negroes, but this type of stuff, girl, I can't support this type of stuff. It's just ignorant. It's just really ignorant to me. I just don't understand why we support this type of stuff. So, and then it's 2023. They really thought this was a good idea. And then, Nick, he calls himself woke. Sir, how? How? This is crazy. And I would agree. It says here that dark skin versus light skin ? Zeus and Nick Cannon is pushing the Black community backwards, further back. and see, this is ooh, I'm gonna say it. I'm going to say it. All right. This is why when Black men say things like, "Oh, the white man holding me back," okay, so the white man is giving you an opportunity to have your own network, and this is the shit that you want to do. This is the type of content that you want to put out to your own people, because you about the money, you about the bag, right? So because your own people is entertained by this type of stuff, instead of them being influenced in a more positive direction, since they are entertained by this type of stuff, you take it up a notch. And you feed into the dysfunction for your bag because you don't care how it may impact the community. So even if the white man gives you an opportunity to give back to your own people in your own way, like you want, like you ask, okay, so he gives you that opportunity and this is what you do with it. This is what they are doing with that. That's why I don't, when they say that type of stuff, it go in one ear and it go out the other, because I'm just like, okay, but when a Black man is actually finally in that position where they can do something, this is what they choose to do. And then they decide and they choose to give it back to their own people. That's why I just don't listen to them when they say that type of stuff, because we have too many examples like this. Too many. And then this other man said, he said, Nick Cannon should have known that light skin versus dark skin is something most of us want to get rid of. I mean, that's what I thought. That issue is a slave master and slave mentality. Putting black women against black women because of the difference in melanin is such a dumbass idea. Thank you. But listen, I have to be honest with you. Black women are also part of the problem. Black women are also part of the problem, because none of these ladies should have shown up. None of them. They wouldn't have had nothing to record. There would not have been content for them to record, to film, because the women should not have shown up, but they showed up. They were coming. And a lot of people can say, oh, contracts, they sign contracts. Stand on something, or you will be a joke. Stand on something, or you will be seen as a joke. So if the public would not have reacted the way the public reacted, they would not have changed this poster. Where is the poster? They changed it to this. They completely took the other one down. But everyone else, we got the screenshots. We got this because I had to go look for it. So I'm like, listen, black women, you know, you can get upset and you can get outraged and things like that, but you also got to hold other black women accountable, which y'all don't want to do. Y'all don't want to do that because y'all feel like every black woman should be able to do what they want to do, and there's no accountability at all. Some shit we should be all on the same page about, and this is one of them. I mean, damn, this is like bare minimum self-respect. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't have been hard. They should have boycotted that situation. So I don't know. It's like black women, sometimes we support and we influence the disrespect that is imposed on us. And this should have never left the drafts. It should have never even made it to social media. It should have never made it to social media at all. So you can get mad at these men. You can get mad at the Zeus Network. You can get mad at Nick Cannon. But ultimately, it should never, there should have been no poster at all. Like, there should have been missing girls. You know, like that is huge. Okay, that's huge. You got to stand on something or people will see you as a joke. And if you don't stand on anything, or you're easy to break down and fold because of some money, you will always be seen as a joke, and you will always be seen as a product or a service that can easily be bought. I'm just being honest with you, which moves into my next point. Okay, because over, like, I guess Jazzy had her first. Where is it at? Did I find it? Let me see if I can find it. Jazzy, which is Nick Cannon, Jasmine Brown, Jazzy, which is I said Nick Cannon, my God. Cam Newton. I'm sorry. Cam Newton's third baby mama. Y'all, I'm just really disappointed. I'm disappointed because my thing is, it's not even that she's pregnant for real. Like, it's just, it's kind of similar to Keke Palmer, Ashanti, Halle Bailey. Jasmine was another woman that she was really advocating for women having standards and choosing better for themselves. You know, not dealing with dusties. Like, a lot of her, before she got, and I have to say before she got with Kim, she was putting out that type of content. And it was influencing women in a positive way, right? To choose better, not settle, not deal with, you know, men and, you know, the stuff that they be trying to put you through and stuff like that. She even spoke on, you know, single motherhood, baby mama culture and stuff like that. And then for whatever reason, she just later settled for this situation, and a lot of people are side-eyeing her. A majority of her following is side-eyeing her because she grew a following based off of putting out that content, influencing women to choose better for themselves. But then she finds herself in this situation, right? Now, in this clip, it really just sounds like she did it for the money. She sold out for the money. That's what it's sounding like. She decided to go back on what she said because of the bag. And she's openly admitting that.
I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh. Right, couldn't have been me. All right, till a rich nigga put that pressure on you. I could never be with nobody, okay? Until $100 million start putting the pressure on you, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Talking about what you'll never be. Bitch, you ain't never had. Like you better be. Oh, you better than me? I am. What the hell? And I'm reading this shit. It's so funny because he was talking back at a couple of people. He was talking back at a couple of people in the comments too, which was great. I was like, yeah, man, get them. Can't nobody read your font, but yeah, man. So if y'all don't know, I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child.
So remember when I said men don't take women serious because they don't stand on the things that they say? They know that it's bluff. Like they know that it's just a facade. They know that they can get your standards, your boundaries. They know all of that shit will come down. They know. They know. They know that women are not going to stand on what they said. They know that women are going to go back on whatever they said. That's why men don't take women serious. This is why men don't take women serious. This is why. This is why. Because women don't have that take it or leave it mindset. They don't have that take it or leave it mindset. And that's why when men see women, you know, talk about a woman should have standards, she shouldn't be doing this, and this. They call it bullshit because they know that prime example, we could talk about sex, right? A lot of men have issues with women who have like a 90-day rule when it comes to sex because they feel like maybe another guy could get it on the first night. And the reason is because, I don't know, maybe he has more money or maybe he took her to a fancier restaurant. So he was able to hit on the first night. But me, I'm required to put in all of this work, all of this effort, and maybe get the hit on the 90th day. So the reason why men don't take women serious is because women lack consistency. Women also will change their standards depending on the guy that they're dating at the time. That will probably, I guess, majority of it will come from a place of like, well, it depends on what he has, like what kind of car he drives, where he lives. Then a woman will reevaluate her standards and change them for that particular guy. Now, to be fair, I feel like a woman has every right to do that, right? When it comes to certain things. But when it comes to like your hardcore values as a woman, that should never change. That should never alter. But a lot of men are seeing that those quote unquote core values that women claim they have is fake. Like it's not real. So if you feel like you're the type of woman where you actually stand on your core values, your core principles, they don't alter or change because you're dealing with a different guy. It's harder for men to take you serious because other women will change their core values and their core principles about themselves because they want the guy, because the guy may have things that they are more attracted to or that they like. I've seen women change their standards based off of a guy simply being taller. Just being real with you. So men get upset and they get frustrated with women because there's no consistency with women in that way. Okay. So I see the other side. Like, men always try to make it seem like I'm one side and I'm biased. No, I see the other side. I do. I be seeing the other side, and I be like, well. And now she's openly admitting that, listen, I settled for being the third baby mama because a rich ninja came into my life, started putting pressure on me, and I just gave in because he has money. Now, the interesting thing about Jazzy's situation, though, is that Cam is known for taking stuff back. Okay? Because I believe he took his ex-wife's, no, I'm sorry, not ex-wife, ex-longtime girlfriend's car back. He took her car back. Not to mention, this woman looks to be at least, she got to be 7-8 months pregnant. And she has to do how many shows? How many shows does she have to do? Because if I was pregnant by a rich man and he was really doing what I needed him to do, and he put that pressure on me because I got pregnant, and this is just me speaking, you know, hypothetically here. I would not be working. Like, I wouldn't be standing in heels on the stage looking 7 to 8 months pregnant. Girl, what? So that's another thing, is sometimes when you get with these rich men, not every rich man is generous. You know, some of these rich men expect for you to work. So if she was really like in a desired position, she would not be working on that stage in them heels at 7 to 8 months pregnant, talking about she got to do these shows. Girl, you would be at home, like with your feet up in the air, girl. You wouldn't be doing all of that. And this is what I be saying, like, you got to look past the illusions that some of these girls be feeding you, and they feed you that because they're not really 100% happy with their situation, or their situation is not as great as they try to make it seem, you know. But I'm telling you, if you was really being pressured by a rich man, you would not be working. You would be at home being taken care of. So I don't know. I just come on now. It's crazy. I just don't see that this was something that she really wanted to do. And this is another thing, because Jazzy had a lot going on for herself too before Kim came into the picture. Like, she had a show that she was doing. Was it on BET or BET Plus? I think it was on BET Plus, where she was producing her own show and she was acting in her own show. And then as soon as she got with this man, and then she ended up getting pregnant, people keep asking her about her show, like, will there be a second season or anything like that? Ladies, be careful about allowing a man to come in when things are going really well for you within your career, just for him to come in and then just throw everything off because now you're pregnant and now you kind of have to slow down. And women will never admit that when you get pregnant, it will slow you down. Okay? This is, and I said this about the Cardi B situation, and I got dragged because women are like, pregnancy doesn't slow you down. But it does. Like, it does. And to convince yourself that it doesn't, it only benefits men when you do that. It does not benefit you. You will be burnt out and tired. It benefits men when you convince yourself that it does not slow you down. It actually does. And you need to be real about that. Because Cardi B, we still haven't gotten Cardi B's album. But you know whose album came out first? Offset. Okay, that's why Cardi B is online right now talking about, I need to do what makes me happy. And it's because I feel like she has a similar marriage that Teyana Taylor is in, that we learned about, where, I have to dim my light. Cardi B is going through a similar situation, because I was wondering, I'm like, why is Cardi B out here promoting, you know, her husband's album and going really hard and creating the music video and doing all these things for her husband? Why was it so much of a big priority for him to get his album out first over her album that was really projected to come out before his? But his came out before hers. So it's just something that I noticed. And his album came out, she's promoting it and everything like that, and we still haven't gotten her album. And then Teyana Taylor, she just stopped making music completely. And she kind of started doing, like, I started noticing Teyana Taylor started doing work that involved her being in the background, you know, being a part of production instead of being more in the limelight, where she's like creating her own music and releasing her own projects with music. She started helping other artists with their projects over putting out her own projects. So it's just like, I be seeing how these women that get in these relationships with these men, I be seeing how they kind of take a step back from what they are truly passionate about to ensure that their man is comfortable and feels confident within their career before they could even put their own stuff out, their own projects and stuff out. So be careful about that, because I just be noticing it. Yeah, I would agree that that's the most complicated thing about being with a Black man is sometimes you find yourself overcompensating for their self-esteem because they live in a system that keeps them at a certain level, you know? And so you have to further reduce yourself to make him feel more confident within himself. And as a Black woman, that kind of puts you in a box, you know, that keeps you in a place of oppression within your own marriage or your own relationship, because you're not really able to freely be yourself. And by you being yourself, you may get a lot of attention for it, or you may get a lot of success for it because you're good at it, right? So I be noticing that too. I be noticing that. So I don't know. Yeah, it just seems like Cardi B paused her career. I would agree with that. But I'm telling you, it's because of the system. And, you know, that woman was talking about, I don't understand why Black women are not softer. I mean, at every turn, we always have to give. And it doesn't seem like we're getting that much in return. So if we come across short-tempered, it's just we're always overcompensating things within ourselves to make sure everybody else is good. We're always sacrificing, which was why Johnthan Majors made that the standard for his preference. And she's not accustomed to that. Like, she's more accustomed to people sacrificing for her or accommodating her, not the other way around. So yeah. That's all that I really have regarding this video. I just wanted to talk about, you know, some of the things that I've been seeing going viral on social media and just seeing the stupidity, y'all. I try to stay clear away from some of these topics because they're just really low vibrational. Like the Zeus Network, though, I was really disappointed by that, because that network could really be educating Black people in a productive way, but instead we choose to influence and we choose to promote the ignorant shit. I just don't understand. So if you really are trying to level up as a Black person, as a Negro, and you want to achieve Black excellence within yourself, like you want success, you want a better lifestyle, you're going to have to separate yourself from that low vibrational stuff that the community loves to promote. And you know, I don't understand why, because I feel like that stuff is always going to be there. That stuff is always going to be a part of our community. It is. There are low frequency, low vibing things that happen in other people's cultures and other people's community. My issue that I have with it is why is it that we always put that at the forefront? You know, I just don't feel like we as Black people, when it comes to our image, we don't want to put our best foot forward. We want to put the dysfunctional stuff to the forefront. And I just don't understand why we don't put the best representation towards the forefront, and then the other stuff can go in the back. I'm not even saying like, oh, like we should just get rid of all of the low vibing stuff. No, I just feel like that's a part of every culture. It's not just Black African Americans. Like, it's a part of every culture. I just don't understand why we can't put the Black excellence stuff towards the front, the positive images towards the front, and have all the other stuff, you know, kind of like in the back. And it's really just about putting your best foot forward as a community so that you can be taken more seriously. That's it. So that you can so people can see your value and want to invest in you when it comes to all of these excellent things that you're doing within your community. And then you just put the other stuff in the back, because the other stuff is going to be there. People are always going to be entertained by that type of content. And I'm not here to change it. I'm not here to change it because I've been young. I've been dumb. Like, I used to watch, and I'm not calling people dumb. I'm saying, like, I used to be young and dumb. I used to do dumb stuff, you know? So some of the stuff that you be seeing those girls on there do, you're like, why would you do that? You know, that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Like, why would you hit her or fight her or do this? I've been dumb. Like, I've done things that I'm not really proud of, right? So you're always going to have that type of content out there, especially for girls that are on the younger side. Because I used to watch Bad Girls Club. I used to watch Charm School. I used to watch all of that stuff. So I used to be young. I know what it's like to be a part of that, like, viewership of that type of content, but I have grown out of it, but I don't expect for everyone to be at that level yet. Like, I used to be entertained by that content at one point as well. So I don't know. I just feel like we should put the more positive stuff towards the front when it comes to our community. And then that other stuff is always going to be there. And yes, I feel like the younger crew is always going to be entertained by that type of stuff, because that's a young mindset, like they're going to be entertained by that stuff. And then once they go through some life experiences, they mature and stuff like that, then that type of stuff will become uninteresting to them. But for the time being, it's always going to be a group of people in our community that will be entertained by that. And I just don't see anything wrong with it, So that's all that I have regarding this video. Please give the video a thumbs up. Also, let me know if there are any other videos that you want me to talk about. I recorded a Get Ready With Me video yesterday, and my audio, I don't know, y'all. That's why, like, people keep asking me to recommend this camera on my second YouTube channel. And the reason why, I see the comments, I just don't respond. The reason why I don't give you the name of the camera is because I've been having issues with the camera. Now, to be fair, I don't know if it's me, the user, or if it's the camera. I'm still trying to figure that out. But once I figure it out, if it's me, then I'm going to recommend it. If it's the camera, then I'm probably not going to recommend it. I probably would recommend something else. But I'm going to still upload the Get Ready With Me, but it's just going to have to be a voiceover. I wanted to talk about, on my other YouTube channel, things I had to do in order to get back on the dating scene, because I'm officially on the dating scene. I had a great date last night. Now, I'm 5 for 1. 5 for 1. All right. 5 for 1. I've been on 5 dates, and only one of them actually, I'm like, okay, I can see myself dating someone like that, but I would have to go get 5 more dates, so then I could be 2 for 10. Girl, 2 for 10? That's what it's like getting back on the dating scene. But I wanted to talk about what it took for me to even put myself back out there. First of all, I had to get back in the gym. Just being honest with you, I dropped about 25 pounds. Then the second thing I had to do, I started working on my skin. Had to clear up my skin. I started getting into Korean skincare, game changer. What else did I have to do? Oh, I had to stop taking in male bashing content. I had to stop taking in male bashing content. I said what I said. I will say it again. Because, girl, I wouldn't leave the house. You know what else I had to stop doing? I had to stop listening to those horror dating stories on TikTok. Oh, I loved them though. I did. I was obsessed with them. Them TikTok stories where the girls be going on a date and they come home and they be like, girl, you won't believe what happened to me. I had to stop listening to them videos because I wouldn't leave the house. Girl, I was never gonna leave the house because I was just like, well, she went on a horrible date. Ain't no need in me putting myself out there. Like, I really would do that because I'm like, I'm not even gonna leave. I ain't even you know what? I'm not leaving. So I had to stop watching the male bashing content because it started to have an influence on how I viewed all men, to be honest. Like, it just started to have a really negative, and it just made me not comfortable around them. So I had to stop watching that. And I had to get out here and get my own experiences. And then I started getting my own experiences and I started having better experiences. So I started socializing more. I started going out by myself. That's how it really started. Then I started meeting other women. Then I started making new friends. And then I started making friends. So then I was starting to meet men organically and not on the apps. I feel like when you meet men organically, you get a different experience when it comes to dating. So that was one thing that I was able to gain through my own experiences, that the dating apps are just not for me. So what it required me to do was put myself out there more, and it required me to put myself out there outside of my comfort zone. And I had more control over the spaces that I would go to get dates, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't be the club girl. I don't take men serious in clubs or lounges and things like that. I made an exception the other weekend, but it was because it was the owner, and I was like, why not? I heard that he had owned different businesses here in Houston, so I was like, why not? This could be a networking type of situation, or it could actually be a romantic situation. So I went. So my point is, ladies, that if you really are trying to get back out here on the dating scene and you have anxiety about it, because I had gotten really bad anxiety. I just didn't feel comfortable or confident with putting myself out there because of the content that I was being influenced by online. I do feel like the content is helpful. So please don't, I'm not telling you that the content doesn't serve a purpose. It does. But when you're officially ready, you've gained all this information, you even have your own wisdom based off of your past experience, at some point you're going to have to stop taking in that information because it can bring on confusion. How? Well, one thing that I started noticing was when I would go out on a date and then I would come back and I wasn't consistent with dating. I would go on one date and then I'd be like, I'm done. And then it would be like 2 months later, I'll go on another date and then I'll be done. I started noticing that dating advice can bring on a lot of confusion for you because you're taking in all of this dating advice and then you are going out on the dating scene. And if the situation doesn't play in the way that they taught it to you, it brings on confusion because you're trying to read the situation for yourself and you're still trying to use the advice that they gave you. And it can like really bring on a lot of confusion. Like maybe you didn't read the situation correctly because you're trying to go off the advice that you got from someone online. So it just can bring a lot of confusion. So you may have to tap out of the dating advice. Not saying that the dating advice does not serve a purpose, it does. But when you're actually out here and then you're having your own experiences and then you're still taking in that content, it can bring on a lot of confusion, okay? You have to get to a point. My point is you have to get to a point where you trust yourself. And so now I'm learning to do that with me being back out there on the dating scene is to trust myself, trust my decisions, trust my standards, trust what I know, trust what I'm comfortable with, trust based off of my own experiences, you know? But if you're taking in that content and then like you're having your own experiences at the same time, it can bring on a lot of confusion. So I do feel like there is a space in your life for that content. Like if you feel like, you know, your past dating experiences have been horrible. Okay, yeah, like taking that content and then when you're ready, then at that point you can put yourself back out there, but then you would have to stop taking in that content. It's kind of like that. Yes, I keep trying to tell women you can decenter men and date. Listen, you want to know why I'm dating? It's not to get a man. All right. Oh my God, you thought it was to get a man? Oh my God. No, it's because I deserve companionship. I'm not here to convince you that you don't deserve companionship. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I know what I want. So with me decentering men, I came to the realization that I deserve companionship. I deserve love. I deserve romance. I deserve flowers. I deserve all of that shit. It don't got nothing to do with these men. It's about what I deserve. It don't got nothing to do with these men. Change your mind. Change your perception. Okay? The way I was taught when I was younger was to center men and make everything about them. And I needed to change myself to get a man. My perception now is to decenter men, focus on who I am, be comfortable with who I am, and I put myself out there to attract in the way that I want to get what I deserve. You get what I'm saying? Like it's shifting your mindset and changing your perspective. A lot of women think that this decentering men movement is about being an extremist where you are denying yourself of your own desirability, which is insane. I'm never going to do that to myself. I love myself. So I'm not going to deny myself of my own desires just because it involves a man. What I won't do is ditch my self-respect for a man. I'm not ditching myself, my identity for a man. That's what decentering men is all about. Because the centering men, you got to ditch yourself, your self-respect, your identity just to get a man. With decentering men, it's about you and your identity. It's about what you want. So if you don't want companionship, then you don't want companionship. I guess part of your decentering is not dating men at all. But for some women who actually want companionship, and we're not afraid to admit that that is what we want, we're going to decenter men in a way that does not involve us compromising our identity, our self-love, our dignity, our pride. We're not ditching us for a man. That's it. But we still deserve companionship. So it may take time. That's why I'm back out on the dating scene, taking my time, not forcing nothing, not trying to rush into anything just because I'm 30. I'm just going to do me. That's what it's about. It's not, if you want to have that type of decentering men lifestyle, that's your choice. I'm not here to tell you that you need a man, girl. It's all about what you want. I deserve companionship. And that's another thing, was I didn't just come to this conclusion through men. It was also through friendship, because I talked about on my other channel that I went through betrayal and I was hurt. I was isolated. I was in a healing phase for like 2 years where I didn't have no friends. I really wasn't talking to anybody. My best friend, she lives in LA. So it's like I can only talk to her and see her so often. But I realized through betrayal, through friendship, that I deserve companionship. It wasn't because I was listening to content online. I had realized through betrayal, through friendship, that I deserve companionship through friends and through romance. So that was something I decided. It didn't have nothing to do with the content I was taking online. It didn't have nothing to do with society and how we're required as women to mate with men. It really came down to how I saw myself and me acknowledging my wants as a woman after completing the healing journey, the emotional healing journey that I went through. I feel like healing is forever. It's never ending. But that phase of my healing that I had entered into was more emotional. So when I was doing the emotional healing on myself, I had to confront my own desires and I had to get real about it. And I couldn't feel shame about it. I couldn't feel embarrassed about it or deny myself of something that I truly want. So I'm not afraid to say I want companionship. I'm not afraid to say that I desire that, while also decentering men, because at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I'm living in my truth and I'm living my life the way that I really desire. So that's what it's about, ladies. And I keep trying to explain the decentering men, but of course, you know, when it comes to these labels that we use in these spaces on social media, everyone has their own definition of what that is. And I understand that. I feel like sometimes it's more extreme online and it's not really sensible. It's not balanced. It's just a lot. It's coming from a hurt place. And so women want to be extremists behind the decentering. And that's not part of my identity. It may be a part of yours and that's fine, but it's just not a part of my identity where I feel like I'm going to deny myself of what I truly desire just to say I'm a part of a movement. Like, that's just not me. So I'm going to keep this live up, but I'm also going to post that get ready with me. And I'm just going to do a voice over, and it may be cringy or it just may be weird. But to anyone that's out here where you're trying to create online content and things are not going smoothly, like you're having these hiccups, right? And you are like, oh, I can't post that. Post it anyway. Okay. Creativity is sometimes dysfunctional. Creativity sometimes is not cookie cutter. Creativity sometimes is messy. Okay. Embrace creativity in all forms and not just the form of perfection. So sometimes when it comes to creativity, you just have to post. All right. And I feel like the people that really want to be there and they really want to take in your content or your creativity or the things that you have to say, they will always be there. So I think sometimes when things don't go smoothly with creativity, it's to teach us, or that's just part of your creativity for that moment or that day or this particular project. So just run with it. Don't overthink it. Because I was thinking like, oh, I should just go ahead and delete the video, like the audio wasn't saved. But I said, you know what? No, I'm going to post it anyway. I'm going to post it anyway. So look out for that on my other YouTube channel. And I'm just going to do a voiceover podcast now where I talk about the things I had to change in my life to put myself in a position that wanted to get back out here on the dating scene, and also talk about some things that I'm doing differently when it comes to putting myself back out here on the dating scene, because it is different. So that's all that I have regarding this video. My other YouTube channel, let me go ahead and put it in the chat because people keep asking. It's always in my description box for those that are wondering, but it's The Feminine Yoni. I'm gonna just put it in the chat really quick. Okay, that content, we're gonna get really deep over there. And then we're also gonna do some hair stuff. Like this wig, this is a $30 wig, okay? I did a whole wig review on this hair, and you should go check it out. It's a no lace wig. It's no lace. Layers. Absolutely love this wig. So if you're interested, because I like to do affordable, I also have some, I have 2 wigs. I spent $1,000. Yeah, I spent over $1,000 for these wigs. I just haven't installed them yet. So look out for that type of stuff. So I will be doing affordable. I'll also be doing high-end wigs and stuff like that. And I'll also be doing like my real hair and stuff. So just check out all of that over there. We definitely will be getting into financing, budgeting, because I'm currently saving for a house. I still don't know if I want to live in it, but I'm saving for a house. Okay. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Hopefully you have fun this weekend. If there's a date, girl, keep going. Okay. Because like I said, 5 for 1. And if I go on 5 more, I'm going to be 2 for 10. It's life. What you going to do about it? So enjoy the rest of y'all's night or day. And I hope to catch you in my next one.